No girls allowed. Ever since Sister Bear had been a tiny cub, she liked to tag along and play with brother and his friends. It was a bit a nuisance because she slowed down their running. Wait for me. Interfered with their climbing, not so high, and messed up their marble games. Oh, that slipped. But as she grew older, things changed. She still liked to tag along with her older brother and his friends, and it was no longer a bit of the nuisance, it was a big nuisance. She got to be a fast runner and outrun brother and his friends. Look at her go, said Papa. She got to be a good climber, outclimb them. Oh dear, said Mama. I do wish she'd be careful. And she won all their marbles. Goodness, I hope they're not playing for keeps, said Mama. It certainly is good to see sister and brother and their friends playing so nicely together, said Papa. Look, they organizing a baseball game. Yes, said Mama, but it does worry me just a little. The sister is the only girl in the group. Now, Mama, says Papa, it now whether you're he or she that count. It's how you play the game. Look, she just hit the home run. I agreed, said Mama, but think back. How would you have liked it you were a cub if some little girl could outclimb, out-hit you? Papa thought for a moment. I wouldn't have liked it, he said. Brother and his friends didn't like losing either. And what made it worse was the way Sister crumbled every time she won. Her victory dance and cartwheels were annoying, but it was the werewolves that really got everybody nervous. Then one day, when Sister was planning to tag along as usual, her playmates were nowhere to be seen. No matter, she thought, and went about her business. She picked some wildflowers for Mama and jumped rope with some butterflies. When there were no cubs around the next day, she was puzzled, but there was plenty to do. She had a tea party with her dolls and read some books. But on the third day, she began to wonder what was going on. Where are those cubs? She said aloud. There weren't in the old climbing tree. There weren't in the playing marbles. And there certainly weren't in the baseball field. As she stood in the deserted field, wondering where everybody was, she heard voices. They sounded like cops' voices, and they were coming from the thicket. She followed the sound into the thicket. What were those cops up to? When she reached the edge of Frog Pond, she found it out. What they were up to was building a secret clubhouse on the Berry Bush Island in the middle of Frog Pond. It has peoples, watchtowers, and a little bridge. It's almost like a castle. What a wonderful surprise! Hi, gang, she shouted. She was so excited that she did her celebration dance, complete with cartwheels and werewolves. But brother and other boys didn't answer her sister's happy cry. Instead, they ducked inside, then reached out, put a finishing touch of their new clubhouse, a sign that said Bear Country Boys Club. No girls allowed. As sister stood there trying to think what to do next, there was creaking sound. The bridge was a drawbridge, and there was creaking it up. She was heartbroken. It isn't fair, she wailed, as she leaned to home the ticket. You're absolutely right, roared Papa. It isn't fair. Come, we're going back. They're making their take you into their silly club. And if they don't, I'm going to tear that clubhouse limb from limb. But Mama stopped them. I don't think that's the answer, she said. Those boys are being very unfair. Sometimes boys act that way. So do girls. But whoever does it is wrong. The important thing is not wonder whether you are boy or girl, but the sort of person you are. And be that as it may, you can't make call when to play with you. No, said sister, but you can tear them limb for limb. Come on, Papa. Would it be a better idea, suggested Mama, for you to from your own clubhouse and build a secret clubhouse of your own? Could I? Said sister. This old climbing tree might be a good spot for it, said Papa, and I'll help. Terrific, said sister. The first thing I will need is a big sign that says no boys allowed. No, said Mama. The first thing you needed from the club is members. The first turned out to be easy. News of the No Girls Allowed Club traveled fast, and there were quite a few other sisters who didn't like the idea of being left out. They had a lot of good ideas. Lizzie made the rope ladder that they don't want a visitor. Ellen brought a spyglass for keeping watch, and Masha had the best idea of all, a tin can phone system. With Papa Bear's help, they built a very fine clubhouse high up in the old climbing tree. Now for the sign, said Sister. Those boys are just being mean because I hit them and worn all their marble. They're about losers. I suppose that's true, agreed Mama. But, you know, there's such a thing as a bad winner too. Some who like but it still isn't fair. Sister said. Well, said Mama, I think we can work this out. But first we have to celebrate the opening of this very special clubhouse with very special refreshment, barbecue, honeycomb, and salmon. Now, if there's anything clubs are crazy about, is the barbecue, honeycomb, and salmon. Boy cubs and girl cubs. So Papa loaded up the barbecue. The yummy smell reached into the ticket. The floated right under their noses. The members of the Beartown Boys Club, who followed their noses back to where the members of the Beartown Girls Club were just pulling up their rope ladder. Something sure smells good, said Brother, speaking into the phone. The Girl Club took a vote and decided to invite the boys up for honeycomb and salmon. How would you like to come back to our place for dessert? Said Brother. Oh, our berry cup are right for picking. Love to, said Sister. And while the whole gang headed for the frog pond, Brother ran ahead and quickly changed the clubhouse sign to say Beartown Bear Country Boys Club. Girls, welcome. The berries were delicious.